Hello everybody, this is my first vlog of all time, and oops, I didn't mean to turn that all the way off. And I'm going to talk about the Real Thing arrangement, which is a cool arrangement, I think. So one of the things I wanted to address is, how do you arrange when you only have so few voices? Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second, it's a little distracting. In HIVE, we have 5 singers, and given the traditional model, that would seem like plenty. Most choral music is 4 parts, barbershop is 4 parts, doo-wop, you know, a lot of traditional groups work in 4 parts, so that should seem like, ooh, you got an extra. Except when you consider the contemporary a cappella model, where there's bass and percussion, you're left with 3 singers, and if one of those singers is presumably singing a solo, you're left with 2 singers to do like the backs. So I want to just talk about how this arrangement came to life, and how we worked it all out. So one of the things to think about is utilizing your bass and your percussion in whatever ways they can be utilized in addition to bass and percussion. So for example, I'm gonna skip ahead. Oh no. Oh no. So did you hear that? I went, what? So that's an example of where I'm like on a bass line, but then I wanted 3 voices in crunchy harmony on that ah pad underneath Morea, who's singing lead. And Christina and Nina on backs, by the way, Courtney on vocal percussion. And so I just jump off the bass line for a minute, and I'm singing another note, and it's fine. Nobody's bothered by it. Another thing that we did, well, here's the traditional model right here. Bass, and then there's solo with 2 harmonies with the solo, and percussion. Let's listen to this for a second. Yeah? This is what this looks like, by the way. Oh, no! So right there, I wanted a really big moment, and it's kind of hard to have a big moment with 3 voices. I mean, it's fine, but it's better with 4. So again, I jump off the bass line and I sing a note in the Real Thing chord, and then I go right back to the bass line. Same thing happens in just a moment. We're back to like backs, rhythmic parts, bass. Binge and purge the USA, such a good line. Right there, you'll see I jump up and I'm singing words. Traditionally, people would say never put your bass on words. Sure, true. And we are going to be using an octave pedal in our live performance, so that's a moment where I turn off the octave pedal, because that'll sound like an ogre and it'll be creepy and weird. But I turn it off and I'm a singer for a minute, and then I go back to the bass line. It's cool. I do 2 things. And then, here it comes. In just a second, Courtney's gonna sing. So right there, we've got this cool little crunchy la la la, la la la, la la la, and la la la. It sounds dumb if you just have the triad, and I don't know, you could take out the 3rd, or you could take out the root, but none of them are as cool as, yeah? So you can't really tell from the video recording, but when you see it live, you'll tell. Courtney actually like dips out of beatboxing for a minute, because she's brilliant, and she sings la la la. So she's like, boots cut to the la la la, boots butt to the la la la, and it's cool. And then we get all 3 notes. So I get to have my cake and eat it too. And then something else cool happens right here. So we've got this 3-part giving up what you got right here, this 3-part harmony, giving up what you got. You really need all 3 of those parts from the original Tune Your Song, or just in life, you need them. They're, you know, we need all those notes. We can't omit anything. But I really want Morea to be doing some ad-libs and to be kind of feeling it in this moment. She's already sung this melody twice in the intro and the first chorus. So you've heard the bass line twice already. The first 2 times I'm going dum 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 dum. You know it already. So it's giving your audience a little bit of a little less information and trusting that they've heard that twice. They don't need to hear it the 3rd time. So this time I'm singing the harmony, giving up what you got, in the backs with the other two back singers, and then Morea is freed up to do what she wants. So we don't need the bass in that moment. It's kind of like a percussion feature too, which is cool. Let's listen to it. And Morea gets to do that cool thing that she just did. And then we get 4-part harmony when she jumps off of the ad-lib. And then there's the bridge, and so on and so forth. In other words, there are really cool, creative ways to arrange for essentially only 2 parts. Like if you got lead and bass and percussion, you're working with 2 voices. So it's figuring out how to really use those textures. There's a lot of stuff that's like maybe not the most amazing voice leading, but if you've got great singers that can jump around, you can have a little pad and then you can have a rhythmic moment. Or you really want the 3rd and the 5th in the chorus. So they sing the 3rd on the downbeat and then they sing the 5th on beat 3, and it's fine, and you get all the notes in the span of 1 measure. And then if your percussionist can sing, you know, take them out for a minute and have them sing. If your bass, you know, doesn't need to be singing a bass line in certain moments, take them off, so that it also gives a lot of variation in the arrangement, different textures, and it's cool and it's fun. And next episode of my arranging vlog that I just started, we'll talk about live looping, because one of the things that HIVE is doing in our live shows is looping. So that opens up a million more opportunities in terms of 5 singers and how to get around having so few singers. You can layer stuff. So we'll talk more about that next time. I hope that you can come to our Yoshi's live debut, which is tonight, if you're in the Bay Area, if the show isn't already sold out. And if you are going to be in the Bay Area, March 9th through 11th, HIVE will be teaching an arranging workshop at She Sings Vocal Festival. She Sings is the place to be that weekend. www.womensacapella.org/She Sings. And make sure you check out hivevocal.com. Download the Real Thing single if you haven't already. And thanks for joining me in my little arranging vlog time. I don't know how to do this. Just really awkward. All right. Mwah. Much love. Oh.